Hi guys, how are you today? I hope that everybody is doing really well. Today, for our 3rd to 5th graders, we are going to do this grateful tree. And so we're going to use paper, but we're going to use some watercolors, and then we're going to use some marker, maybe some pencils. So I just think that this is going to be really fun because I think that a lot of us are just kind of getting a little burned out with the coronavirus. So we're just going to take a little minute and write down and remember some things that we are thankful for and that we're appreciative of. So I'm pretty excited to do this one. So in your kit, you'll of course get the example. You'll get a couple pieces of paper. And then you will also get watercolors, you'll get a paintbrush, a permanent marker, and then at home you will need a pencil, and let me turn my light on here, and then a cup of water just to do your brush, and then probably a couple paper towels. I like the paper towels around to wipe my brush in case I feel like it has too much water. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to sketch out our tree. And so what I want to do before that is I want to do my moon. And so I am going to use, not that because I don't think it's dark enough. I was going to use something round. Ooh, I think I found something over here. So if you guys want to find something round, I'm going to use this. This is going to be big enough. And pick out where you kind of want your sun/moon. I'm going to put mine right over here, kind of off the side of my paper. And then I'm going to use my pencil. And I'm going to trace around it. I'm going to do it pretty light. If you don't want to trace around something, you just want to use your pencil and do it yourself, that's fine. Okay? So here I have my moon, and then what we're going to do is we are going to, I'll just kind of turn this so you guys can see. Let me go turn on my office light too to see. I like to work in the dark, and so sometimes I don't realize how dark it is in my office, but other people come and tell me that it's pretty dark. Okay, that's better. Okay, so here's my moon. And then what I want to do is I want to start with my ground. And so in art, we have our rule of thirds. So we put things on the lines of our thirds. So I'm going to put mine about at a third. And I'm just going to do like just a light hilly sketch. Okay? Remember, we're doing this light because we're going to paint, and then we are also going to go over it with permanent marker. So we're just doing this pretty light. It doesn't have to be anything special. So now I'm going to do my tree. And I'm going to start out with my one line here. And I'm just going to kind of go lightly up. And then about a third of the way up, I'm going to take this one like off to the side. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And now I'm going to draw over my moon because the tree is going to be blocking it. So I'm just going to draw over it. So then I'm going to come over here and do the other side of my trunk. And you can make your tree as fat or as skinny as you want it. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go a little bit higher than this one. And I'm going to bring that. So this is kind of the outline. So then I'm going to take my pencil eraser and I'm going to erase this line that I have in the middle of my tree trunk. And then I'm also going to leave this, so I'm darken up this little line a little bit so that I know that that is a line that I want to keep. And I'm not going to erase this yet because I want to wait until I get my branches in so that I kind of know where I'm going. So first thing is I'm going to kind of create my branches here. And so on this one, I'm going to do like a V kind of shape. And that's going to split, and then I'm going to bring this one back down, and this one, just kind of sketching, okay? We're going to go back and clean it up a little bit, so no worries, okay? But then this one up here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do like a V, so I'm going to kind of bring that up, and then shape it. Go. Okay. Fix it as you go if you need. And then still working up here at the top, I'm going to come off of this one here, and I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to come up. And that's going to be like another branch. And then I'm going to do like really wide here. Okay. And then I'm going to bring this one down. And I'm going to bring it all the way down here. And I'm going to connect it with this other one that I had right here. And now see, I don't like kind of how wide that goes there, so I'm going to erase it. And I'm going to fix it to how I want it to be. Okay? So there's the start of my tree. Now if you look in here, we see tree line and the sun line, so we know we can erase the parts inside of our tree. You want to erase the sun lines that are inside of your tree, but not the ones that are outside of your tree, okay? And this one can come off. Okay, so there's our tree. Alright, and then I'm going to add some more branches. So I'm going to add a couple over here. So I'm just going to start here. And I'm going to pull this one off to the side. Same thing here. And I'm going to erase a little part of this because I want to make a V shape here. I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay. Alright. Cool. Now I'm going to do kind of another one coming up off of this one. This one's kind of going to go over the sun a little. And then this one is going to get kind of wide, and I'm going to bring it into my other tree here. And I'm going to bring that down. There we go. And then just erase the lines that you don't want. Okay, so I like this one to be in the front, and then I want my tree I just drew to be in the back. Okay, and then I'll erase this line because you're not going to see that sun line. Good job. Oh, and then this sun line down here I can erase. I'm not going to see that one. Okay. Then I'm going to do one, I want like a branch coming out of here. way. And do like a really skinny one here. And bring it down. Then I'm going to go all the way into another U, V, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to bring that one down. Okay. And you guys can draw your tree however you want. You just want to make sure that you have room to write. Okay? And then last one, I'm going to add one over here. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to just bring this one. This one's going to be really thin. And then I'm going to bring one, and I'm going to bring this one way up here. Okay. And then I'm just drawing over, and then I'm going to go back and erase the lines that I have that I don't want. Okay. Alright, so this one I want to be behind, so I'm going to erase the ones in there. Make those a little bit darker so I can see that those are the ones I want to keep. Okay, and then I'm going to erase the ones I don't want. Erase the ones you don't want. Okay. And kind of like how that comes out. There we go. And I have my V there. And then I think for this one, I'm going to kind of make it entangled a little bit. So I want that one to be there. And then I want that one to be there like that. There we go. Okay. And then this one, I think I'm going to do behind. And now I'm going to erase these ones. And then this one I think I'll do over. Okay, it's like entangled. The branches are entangled. Okay, so there we have it, your tree. And then down here I'm just going to add some like valleys, I guess. So I'm going to take here and I'm going to do like a little line, but then that line is going to come and I'm going to kind of do one that comes off of that. And then the same thing over here. I've got this like hump here, so I'm just going to bring that down and into here. And then I'm going to come here. I want to do like just breaking it up. It'll look cool once we put our words on there. Okay. So now what I want to do is we are going to take our black permanent marker and we are going to trace over all of the lines that we have here. And so we're just going to start wherever you want and you're just going to trace over your tree lines. Okay? So this is kind of just a little bit time consuming, but that's okay. And then what we'll do after this is we will go in with our words, and then we'll go in with our paint, and it's going to be good. Okay. And remember, I gave you a couple pieces of paper, so if you feel like you need to practice a tree or you want to like draw your tree and then go back and like trace it from when you have it perfected, that is good too. So whatever you want to do. You can also trace the tree if you put your paper up on the window and then put your paper that I gave you with the example underneath of it. The light will shine through and you can trace it like that if you want. Okay. So we're just going in and we are tracing every single line that we have in pencil here. Alright, very good. So we got all this snow, you know, I didn't expect it to snow. Just bought my kids a trampoline, so I'm like waiting so I can set up the trampoline and use it. I think we all want to go outside and play now. You know what I mean? Alright. Are you guys looking forward to anything fun and exciting this summer? I don't really know yet. I was thinking about buying, last year we went to Six Flags, you know, so I was like, oh, I could buy Six Flags season passes, but with the coronavirus, I'm not really sure how that's going to look. Okay, so we're getting there. Remember, we're just tracing our lines with our black marker. This is going to be our tree that we're going to write all the things that we're grateful on. And if you don't want to write all the things you're grateful on, you could do all the things you love. You could do like a different branch and do like all your favorite books on one branch, all your favorite movies on another branch. You could just write your name over and over and over on the branches if you want. I had a student do that. It actually turned out pretty cool because he did it in like different lettering. And so it turned out really, 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 really cool. Alright. And then now I just have to do down here on my bottom part. Okay. Alright, there we go. Almost done, guys. So, once you have that all done, what you can do, if you want, is you can go over and just look, and if you see any pencil lines, you can just go ahead and erase them. Okay? So I just see a couple that are just sticking out pretty good. So I just want to get those erased. No biggie. Not the end of the world. Okay? Alright, so there is what your paper should look like right now. So, now what we're going to do is we are going to go in with our pencil and we are going to kind of sketch out where we want stuff. And so, down here, I'm going to write, I'm going to write grateful, and I'm going to do it from edge to edge. Okay. Great. full. Alright. And then I'm just going to start filling stuff in. And so, like the first thing that I'm going to write that's the most important to me is I'm going to write family. And now look. So here, what you can do is you can kind of split it between the branches and then just erase, if that's how you want to do it. Cool. Okay, and then I'm going to write, let's see, my kid's name here, so I'm going to write Josiah. And I'm going to write Arya. And then, what else? I'm also thankful for my friends. That's going to be on this branch down here. Remember, we're going from branch to branch. And then I'm going to write some of my friends' names. Okay. I am also thankful for art. I'm thankful for my students. And so you can just go in and fill in however you need to fill it in, okay? And so, get everything filled in, all of your trees and your branches. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so now what we are going to do after we have our tree filled in, so you guys got your tree all filled in with all of the things that you're grateful for, we are going to go over all of those things with our permanent marker. Okay? So you're going to trace over all of the words that you wrote in your tree. With your permanent marker. Okay? So we will do that. I will get mine that already has it done so we can move along and you guys don't have to watch me trace every single word that I had. All right. Okay, so now that we've skipped ahead to the part where all of my stuff is miraculously traced, you can go back in with your eraser and just go over your words and just erase any of the pencil marks that you see. That's just going to give it a really, really nice, clean look. Okay? And so after you have done that and nothing's bugging you, everything looks great, what we are going to do is we are going to go in and we are going to paint our empty spots. Okay? So let me get a couple more of these that I have. I'm just running over it with a quick eraser. It's just going to go faster if I do them all at the same time. Alright, so I'm just going to go here. Don't rip your paper like I almost did. Alright, it's just you want this to be clean because it's the white and the... There, perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our watercolors and we are going to paint all of our white spots except for what's in our tree. So we've got our paint. I'm going to get some water And then I'm going to pick a color. And okay, so I'm going to take my water. I'm just going to dip my paint, or my paintbrush, in my paint, and then I'm going to like drag it on the edge, and then I'm just going to pick a spot. So I'm going to do this little spot here, and I'm just going to rub some water into that spot, and then I'm going to take my paint, and I'm just going to lay my paint down with the water. That's what water paints are. And we're just going to paint each of these little sections. Okay. Cool. Alright. And so just make sure that you don't want to paint your branches or down here. I'm going to do another little red spot right over here. I'm going to do this one red. Okay. Awesome. And so you are just going to go and do that with each of your little white spots that are in between your branches. And then this round part, oh no. See what I did? I messed it up. That's okay. I can fix that. I'll fix it later when I go over it with my yellow. But remember, you don't want to paint your branches. So that's it, okay? So next I'm going to paint this big spot here. I think I'm going to do green, I think. Okay. So that's what we're going to do to finish it up. And I will come back and show you guys what it looks like once we have a bunch of these painted, and I will go ahead and finish it up with you guys, okay? So keep painting those empty spots. Just remember, don't get any paint in your branches. Okay, so when you're done, before it dries, it should look like this. Now, you can go in and color this in if you want. Otherwise, once it dries, I really like how this stuff pops, but otherwise, once you've got everything colored in and traced in the way that you want it, you're all done. I hope that you guys had a good time, and we will see you next week. Have a great day.